On today's JMO at Josh and Joe, Jaden Daniels, breaking news, has won the Heisman.
Basically.
Or in my brain, he has won the Heisman.
Just my opinion.
Just my opinion. We don't actually talk about the LSU game. I don't think. No, I don't think we really talk about the game at all.
Nope.
Which, I mean, it's the story of what LSU's season's like, okay? I'm not going to apologize for it, so fuck off. But we get into that. We talk a little bit about college football. We got a college football slate. We got it's a decent one, including New Mexico State versus Auburn. Mm-hmm. Just want to throw that out there. That is that game does not go the way you think that it would go. We don't talk about it in the way that you would think that we would talk about it.
Our perspective might surprise you.
It was a little different. It kind of threw me for a loop because we both, neither one of us made the notes together. We wrote our notes down separately, and then we came and talked about it, and we both had the same perspective, which was weird to me. But yeah, we continue with our college football. Then we get to the NFL. The NFL is weird. It's very weird this year. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it. We quoted Tom Brady.
Did
in our recap. I think he sums it up pretty nicely. And then we end off with some NBA talk. Mostly Pelicans, but we talk a little bit about some other teams. We try and say Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's name. That's a difficult one for us.
It was a fail.
It was a fail, yeah. But yeah.
All right, let's rock and roll.
Welcome to JMO, Josh and Joe. It is Tuesday, November 21st, and Joe, Jaden Daniels is the best player in college football, hands down.
Yep, that was my argument last week.
Yep, and it was, 8 touchdowns later against Georgia.
Georgia State.
I mean, okay. Oh, it was Georgia State. Okay.
Georgia State. Okay.
So the state of Georgia. Okay. Yeah, dude, 8 touchdowns against Georgia, man. Like, come on. That's like 8 touchdowns against anybody. 413 yards.
When you're tying Joe Burrow's records, you're good.
And Joe Burrow had like one of the best teams of all time, and like he had one of the best quarterback performances of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Jaden Daniels has a smidge of defense, then he goes 10-1 at least.
Yeah.
At least 10-1. He's 11-0.
Yeah.
Just a smidge of defense.
Honestly, I'm not even asking for much. I'm just asking for like top 50. Top 50 defense, maybe top 60.
Dude, top 75.
Dude,
how about that?
Dude, our categories are like top, or are literally like in the 100s for like
112, 113, 114, 115.
It's atrocious.
Terrible. So obviously we're going to get started with the LSU game here, and rightfully so because we pounced on Georgia, and I'm sorry, it was the state of Georgia. We pounced on the state of Georgia. Okay.
Hey, inflate it any way you can.
Hey, I'm just reading what's on the paper here. Okay.
Okay.
It's the state of Georgia here.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Jaden Daniels for Heisman. Fuck Bo Nix. Like I'm a big fuck Bo Nix guy. Like I've been a big fuck Bo Nix guy since he was at Auburn, and it's intensified more and more this year. I fucking hate Bo Nix. I hate Bo Nix.
Yeah. I think he's more of a product of their defense with that team being that as good as it is rather than him. Whereas Jaden Daniels, like everybody knows, LSU doesn't win the Missouri game without him.
No.
They don't. They might not win the Florida game without him.
That's a good argument there. I mean, like there was multiple games. Like we wouldn't have even been remotely in the Alabama game. Like I know Alabama pulled away at the end, but like we wouldn't have been remotely in the Alabama game had it been for Jaden Daniels.
Arkansas game too.
Yes,
was really
Arkansas
close.
game. That was closer than it should have been. But then again, Arkansas always plays everybody close. I'm making excuses, and I know everybody's they say that the LSU's padding stats, but why the fuck wouldn't we? Tell me, why not? Why not?
Oh, Brian Kelly had full intentions on padding the stats. This was a Tim Tebow, Urban Meyer pad the stats game.
But here's my point. Jaden Daniels is the best player in college football. Okay, he just needs somewhere to showcase it. Okay, and what Brian Kelly is doing right now. Brian Kelly is recruiting. This is him recruiting. He's like, if you have the talent, I will let you showcase it. Jaden Daniels' draft stock is climbing. With every fucking game, he does this shit. 8 goddamn touchdowns. 413 passing yards. I don't care if it was against the state of Georgia or whatever the fuck it is. Look, this guy he had 3 100-yard receivers, okay? 3 100-yard receivers.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. He is the best, hands down, Heisman candidate out there. It's not even a question. And I think Brian Kelly, like, people are saying, oh, you should have taken him out at the end. No. Brian Kelly, like I said, is recruiting. He is recruiting right now. That is what he's doing with that.
Yeah. Well, no, he knows he's the best player. And obviously he knows the system, though, too, with the Heisman, that it usually favors the best team, or like one of the better teams, like the best player on the best team.
And if your team has 3 losses, you got to put up the stats.
You got to be able to put up the stats. And then I kind of want to go mention or kind of shift our conversation to the other point you were talking about, how his draft stock is rising.
Yes.
Jaden Daniels, is he a first-round pick?
Yes, absolutely.
I agree. I agree.
100%. I think he's actually climbing up the first round.
Yeah. And the thing is he has Lamar Jackson, too, to thank for that. Because Lamar he's got the similar kind of build and, makeup and the running play style and everything as Lamar Jackson did. And Lamar Jackson got doubted on. He fell to the end of the first round, and people didn't even think he should have been that high. And look what he's doing now.
Yep, exactly. But I think the difference between Lamar Jackson and Jaden Daniels is Jaden Daniels can throw the ball way better than Lamar Jackson did. Like,
he's putting up way better stats.
Way better stats passing-wise than Lamar Jackson did. And I'm not just talking about rinky-dink dump passes and letting your receivers go. I'm talking about, like, 10 to 15 to 20 air yards.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is airing it out. Like, I get it. Okay, we have Malik Neighbors, the one of the best receivers. He's actually getting, like, some talk about Heisman. Mm-hmm. Like, granted, he's awesome, but we also have Thomas Jr., we have Lacey, like, and these guys are catching the fucking balls. These guys are catching the deep bumps because Jaden Daniels is just laying it there, just putting it there where his receivers can get it.
And you got to point out the progression too. I mean, Joe Burrow actually even showed this too. Mm-hmm. From the prior year before to the 2019 national championship, there was a progression that was made. And Jaden Daniels did the exact same thing. Last year, kind of the first half of the year, really was hesitant with the ball.
Yeah.
Really was hesitant with throwing the ball. We knew he was a good runner, but he wasn't going to just beat teams with his legs. Started actually trusting his receivers, started actually kind of, trusting that the play was going to open up.
Yeah, like it was going to unfold.
It was going to unfold and started releasing it. And then now, the man just looks comfortable in the pocket.
Yeah, he looks like he's playing like against a JV defense, dude. It's like again, this was against Georgia, okay? He was playing against like a legit the state of Georgia.
The university from the state of Georgia.
University of the State of Georgia.
Dude, he's the best player in college football. He was the first the only player in FBS history to throw for over 300 plus yards and rush for over 200 yards.
Yep.
That was last week.
Yep.
Not this past week, the week before.
And that was against the state of Florida.
That was against the University of Florida. You motherfuckers.
Oh,
Fuck
gosh.
that. Dude, Bo Nix can suck my fat dick. Okay? It's a little chode, but it's a fat one, all right? I can't stand that dude's face. It's like I want to punch Lane Kiffin's face, and then I want to punch Bo Nix's face.
Right under.
Yes, right under him.
Yeah.
Dude, I honestly didn't even have anything to talk about as far as the game goes. I just wanted to talk about Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. No, a fun game to go to. I actually was able to attend the game Really fun game. Just, especially when you got a guy like Jaden Daniels that's going to be throwing up score after score. Mm-hmm. That makes it really fun for like one of these games.
Yes. And honestly, I'm really excited about Texas A&M. I am very excited.
Oh, absolutely.
This is going to be one of those games where I'm just... You know what? Run up to score. I am so fucking pissed at Texas A&M and Jimbo Fisher for the last, I'd say, 5 years of my life.
Oh, wow.
Dude, I literally... There was 1 year. I can't remember which year it was. I think it was 2021, 2020, where they went to like 7 OTs.
Yep. That was the last year that they had longer than 2 OTs.
Right. And there was 7 OTs. I went out with my friends, and I went to there was a club we went to, and I sat on the phone that entire fucking night. I went through 4 different phones' batteries. Watching this stupid fucking game only to lose at 1 o'clock in the fucking morning and ruin my night. I want to beat Texas A&M by 100 points.
My biggest thing, this is actually a big recruiting pitch right here. This is a big swing because Texas A&M has been getting some big-time recruits. I mean, obviously they got big money to spend over there. But this,
obviously,
if you're Brian Kelly here,
obviously,
this is a huge recruiting swing because then, honestly, there might be some players that go into the transfer portal. They're going to be looking for a new home, some of which come from Louisiana.
Yep.
Jacoby Matthews is one in mind that I have, safety out from Texas A&M. But this is also future recruits. Like, hey, Texas A&M is unstable. LSU's on the rise.
And yes, absolutely.
So,
Brian Kelly, he even said it. He's recruiting 24/7. That man never stops.
Never stops.
I respect the hustle.
I respect it. But yeah, they win by 100 points. I don't give a fuck. Run up to score. I fucking hate Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Whew. All right.
I'm glad I got that off my chest. It felt good. I've been holding it in for a while. A little sick last week. Just getting better. I'm loving that Jaden Daniels is first in the Heisman running.
Oh, as far as the odds?
The odds, yeah. He has the highest odds. So that makes me feel a little bit better, especially after this past week when Oregon won. So they trounced Arizona State, but it's Arizona State.
Look, the betters know.
The betters know. Vegas knows.
They always know. Do you got anything else on that? I know we didn't really talk about the game, but it was
fucking Georgia State.
Yeah, no. I think we touched up on all the points that were needed.
Yeah. So, all right, cool.
Let's get to an actually pretty good game. Oregon State, Washington. Honestly, dude, Washington, their second half of the season has been very difficult, and they have powered through it. Let me just mention a couple of teams that they've gone through.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, more than the second half. I'll start with Arizona because now Arizona is looking like a better W than it was back when they played them in September.
Right?
The Arizona, Jed Fish got them playing some fucking ball. But
and, Arizona and Virginia, like the worst teams
out of nowhere. Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
And so they have Arizona. Then they had the bye week, Oregon, then Arizona State, then Stanford, USC, Utah, Oregon State. That is a fucking stretch. And they beat all those teams pretty decently. Like, it's more than a touchdown except for Oregon State. So, I don't know.
I will say, you know what was a surprising fact about this game? And I actually saw it from the very beginning. Did put it into a parlay. Shouldn't have probably done a parlay, but Oregon State was actually a 1.5 point favorite in this game.
Oregon State was?
Oregon State was a 1.5 point favorite. Yeah, I get it was at Oregon State, but Washington's number 5 team in the nation.
Why is everybody sleeping on Kalen DeBoer in Washington Huskies, man?
I don't know.
Honestly, I'm all in. They should be in the number 4 spot over Florida State.
Actually, the rankings just came out tonight.
And they're over?
They did jump them.
Let's go! Breaking news. Washington jumped fucking Florida State. Fuck the Seminoles. Fuck the fucking Noles. I hope they get shafted.
Well,
I know they probably won't unless they
No.
lose the AFC or the ACC championship game.
well, there's a good possibility they might.
What?
Well, Jordan Travis is out
Oh,
for the year.
Yeah, that's
Did you see that injury?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh gosh, no, the leg's done. Like the leg was
Oh, the leg's out.
the leg's yeah.
Oh,
It's going like unnatural positions. Like that's more like exorcist like motions. that were
Oh,
going.
like okay, like the Exorcist of Emily Rose. Like,
Yes.
crack
It was
in the neck.
It was bad.
It was bad.
Yes.
No, I did not see that. Okay.
But
Good
yeah,
deal.
they're kind of done. I mean they're
I
still hold.
I still don't like Florida State. I'm still bitter about the first game of the season.
Yeah, of course. I get that.
But okay, well that's good to know. I did not know that. Let's see, they still beat North Alabama, which I mean, it's North Alabama, so you know.
Not a game that you want to lose, Travis
No.
or Jordan Travis too.
Anyways, back to this. The stats weren't great for Michael Penix Jr. I think he's out of the race. It right now it's basically Jane Daniels, Bo Nix, and Marvin Harrison Jr. Right? I think they have some people above Marvin Harrison just because he's a wide receiver, but that's pretty much the three that it should boil down to.
Yes, right now that's exactly what it's kind of boiling down to. I will say they were Washington has been pretty clutch in a lot of these games, and kind of closing them. They had a 3rd and 3, and decided to go full pass mode on it. Mm-hmm. Actually did a fake screen and then just did a back shoulder pass. But yeah, no, I do agree. You have to show out in games like this, even though like the bettors show that it was actually going to be a tough game and it ended up being a tough game, but you still got to show out for them if you're going to be a Heisman winner.
For sure. And Dylan Johnson, I was on Dylan Johnson watch ever since the USC game 3 weeks ago. He's cooled off a little bit and like he's kind of gone back to himself. If you're Dylan Johnson, all you do is record tape from that USC game and send it to every single scout of every single football or NFL football team. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's it. That was your game. That was your game. You scored like what? You had 250 something yards rushing and like 3 touchdowns against USC.
And this might not actually apply, but just brag that you beat Tennessee. It won't apply, but just say you beat Tennessee.
Okay.
It's a little callback from the Florida days.
Oh, nice.
Or the Florida bragging.
The
like you beat Tennessee.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. Yeah. That's true. But yeah, it was. I mean, Washington. I'm pumped. I think they're being slept on. I think they're being disrespected. You got anything else?
No. Good game.
Good game. Missouri, Florida. All right. So now you start talking about where's Eli Drinkwitz going to go. This is my favorite part of these types of games. You just start talking about where, like, honestly, I'm with you on like I love the college football season. I love everything about it. I love the bowl games and everything. But the off season for some sports are like the best part. Sometimes.
Oh, it's really good.
The NBA off season might be better than the actual regular season.
I think the hype is a little inflated in the NBA. But
A little bit, but that's kind of what the NBA is. It's drama. That's what it is. They love drama.
It also, like, if you get one player, that's like 1/5 of your team. Whereas in the NFL, if you get like one player, that's like 1/22 of your starting lineup.
Fair enough, but I still love the recruiting process. I love everything about the off season.
Absolutely.
The coaching changes. Where is he going to go? The storylines. Following those is what gets me through the off season. It's what gets me through baseball. It's what gets me through summer. That and golf and a little bit of tennis, but mostly the just where everybody's going. But for real, where are we sending Eli Drinkwitz?
And look, at this point, he probably has whatever he chooses, wherever he wants to go.
I don't think it would be Texas A&M. I can't see that. Where else would do you think he'd go to the NFL?
No, I don't think he's an NFL coach.
No, he might not be an NFL coach, but he might want to go, like Saban. Saban's not an NFL head coach, but he wanted to go to the NFL.
You're right. There might be a want for it, but I don't know. He came from Appalachian State before this.
Mm-hmm.
So that being like a small town, college passionate school, I just kind of see him sticking around.
I hope he does stick in college football. I hope he does. I really do. I really don't want him to go to Texas A&M. But as of right now, I mean, he might even stay with Missouri for another year. He might wait for another job to open up. Like the way things are going these days, like people don't want to wait. They don't wait. Like, remember how back in the day they used to wait like 3 to 5 years to let the coach get their system in place, get their get them time to develop and recruit classes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore. They don't. They'll give you maybe 2 years. You're out.
Yep.
2 years, you're out. So,
honestly, dude, with Missouri, I think basically their only weakness is the run defense, and I think that's where Jaden Daniels exposed them.
Well, yeah.
But
he exposes a lot of people.
Right, but I understand that. But that was Florida. They gave up a lot of rush yards to Florida. Now I was looking. That's their only weak part.
like, I think
Eli's like he's done a pretty good job. Making them a pretty good force.
Yeah. No, they're a great team up and down. I will say it did throw them off a little bit, and Florida did have to actually rely on the run because Graham Mertz did get knocked out of this game. It was funny. I think he pulled his inner Tebow on this one run, but he basically, he got sandwiched. Graham Mertz. Graham Mertz basically got sandwiched on this one run where two defenders just came like full speed, same time, sandwiched him, and he made him bounce both of them off of him.
Really?
Yeah. Bounce off of him and then followed up for a first down. Starts celebrating everything. He runs the next play and then forgets that he's actually really hurt. It was
that adrenaline wore off real quick.
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, dude, I'm hurt.
I don't feel so good.
Yeah, so he actually came out of the game. Max Brown was the one that came up and finished it. Really great experience for him. He finished 4 or 5, 56 yards. 7 rushes of 47 yards.
Not bad.
So, not bad. Great experience for a game like that. But, this was a great game. Missouri had to come back, and Mevis thicker kicker with the winner.
Is that his name?
He's a thicker kicker.
He's a thicker kicker?
He's a thicker kicker for sure.
Is he a big boy?
He's a big boy. And honestly, I'm not going to lie. He kind of had some swag on the sideline, just strutting up and down, and then, the whole body moving back and forth.
Using his weight?
Yes. It was kind of funny. It was intense.
Maybe that's what we need. We need kickers who aren't skinny. Maybe that's what... obviously, the Justin Tuckers of the world are going to be amazing, but I think, even Justin Tucker's starting to fall off.
Mm-hmm.
I think you need a thick boy.
Yeah.
A thick boy would make it more... If you can find a thick boy that can kick, he would be way more consistent and have way more longevity than a skinny guy kicking.
Well, it's just physics. Mass.
Mass times... velocity equals field goals.
Eagles field goals.
That's what Einstein said. Pretty sure. But yeah, sure. We'll test that one out.
Do you got anything else on the Missouri-Florida game?
No, not after that.
Okay.
All right, let's go to...
Actually, I do. I'm sorry.
All right, what is it?
No, I do have to do a shout-out for Luther Burden III. 9 catches, 158 yards, and they had a fucking clutch 4th and 17 completion for 27 yards. It was the game winner, basically.
Yeah.
Besides the field goal. But yeah, just wanted that shout-out.
Shout out, baby. Yeah, we got South Carolina versus Kentucky. Dude, I think the same thing's happening with South Carolina that it did last year. They're just getting hot at the end. I think they're for some reason Shane Beamer just has their team clicking for the last 25% of the season.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised they're not actually bowl eligible.
I know, but like they've won they're going on a little bit of a streak. They've won what, I think 2 of the last 3, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, which is good.
Like I mean, but the way South Carolina's fucking season has been going, they let's see. Yeah, they got a 3-game winning streak going right now. I mean, granted it's from against shit teams, but they have Clemson coming up, which we'll talk about Clemson later.
Mm-hmm.
They might be the scariest team one of the scariest teams in college football right now. But yeah, I don't know. They seem to get hot at the end. They did that last year. Spencer Rattler ended off the season last year with just astounding numbers.
Although I felt like this was the game of like disappointing quarterbacks for me. Like Devin Leary and Spencer Rattler, I had such high hope for both of them because Devin Leary, of course, transferred over from NC State, who broke records at NC State. And then Spencer Rattler, I mean, we've been hearing his name from college football for years at Oklahoma and then also at South Carolina.
Right.
Really kind of, I was pulling for him. I was pulling for him to take the next step because I always love to see a redemption story. And I haven't seen it.
No. Yeah, so Kentucky, they started off 5-0, and then after that loss to Georgia, they have not done anything. But then again, their schedule has been miserable. So they went 5-0, and then they played Georgia, Missouri, Tennessee, Mississippi State, Alabama, South Carolina. So they got you'll get beat up playing those teams.
Yep.
You'll get beat up for sure. I don't think either one of these coaches are on the hot seat. I think Shane Beamer's fine. I think Mark Stoops is fine. I think Shane Beamer would be the one, if he doesn't do something next year, he'd probably be on a little bit of a hot seat.
Yeah, the seat's warming up for him. I think you're right that he does. He is gonna wait a second, or they'll give him another season and see what he can do, and then from there, probably make a decision.
But next season he'll have the excuse of I have a new quarterback, so we'll see. That doesn't play as well in college as it does in the NFL because you have to establish your system. College is more of a system. If you're a coach, you have to establish your system, and you should be able to bring a quarterback in and do well. You should be able to.
Yeah,
I don't know. Let's see. You got anything else?
That's about it on that game.
How's Spencer Rattler's draft stock? What do you think? Low third round?
Yeah, I was thinking third or fourth.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I think that's his floor. I think the third or fourth is
you think
his
so?
floor.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, well, that's fine.
Because
What if he beats Clemson?
I still think that's his floor. I think that's already settled now as far as his
He's
his
just going to
draft
go
stock.
in the mid to late third, early fourth.
Yeah, because the thing is he is a talent. He does have a talented arm. The NFL is going to savor over that, or salvage over that a little bit.
Salivate over that.
Salivate. That's the word.
Salivate.
Words are hard.
Words are hard, dude.
But he's got an arm that can actually thrive in the NFL. One team's going to be like, "Hey, I'll take a little chance on him, have him as a third round potential or a third string quarterback, potentially as a second string quarterback." He's got talent.
Right. Okay, cool. I'm interested to see how he does. You got anything else in this?
That's it.
All right. Real quick, Kansas versus Kansas State. I think this was a slept-on game. I think both of these coaches, Chris Kleiman, I think that's how his last name's pronounced. Chris Kleiman.
Yeah.
Chris Kleiman and Lance Leopold. I think both of these coaches will be at major programs at some point in their careers. Yeah, it was a great game. I think there wasn't enough hype around it. That was my only qualm with it.
Fun fact about this game, or this matchup in general, regardless of whatever sport, it's called the Sunflower Game.
Well, that just sounds stupid.
It sounds gay as fuck.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's the opposite of what a fucking football game should be called.
Well, it's
I
also...
hate this game. I'm out.
I'm out. You're out? Okay.
I'm out.
And for that reason, I'm out. I'm out, dog.
Damn, I had so much stuff I was going to say about this game.
Yeah.
All right, well,
just go with it.
it's a sunflower game. Okay. Yeah, so Kansas only had one possession in the fourth quarter, which I guess led to their demise. It was an interception. I guess the good thing for Kansas is their quarterback's a freshman.
Oh yeah,
He's a freshman, so you got a lot to work with, and they've had some good wins. Kansas has had who did they beat? They beat somebody.
Well,
somebody.
Kansas State had to rally from 11-point deficit on this game.
Right. Because they were down in the first half and in the third quarter. The what was the? Oh yeah, the Kansas beat Oklahoma. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Big win.
Yep, huge win. Although I think Oklahoma is way overrated. But anyways, we'll get to that. And honestly, both teams have remaining games that they can win. Kansas State has Iowa State, and Kansas has Cincinnati. So they both could finish off in the top 25.
Yep. You know why? You know how I figured out that this was a sunflower game?
How?
So basically, my question was, when in the world has this game actually been ranked? Like 2 ranked teams.
Oh, actually, that's not a bad question. That's a good inquiry.
And my answer is incomplete. Because basically I got all the stats up until 2013, but I just didn't get anything newer than that. So I don't know if there was anything newer than, but up until 2013, this game's been, I guess, 102 years or something like that, long. There had been no times when both of these teams had been played each other ranked.
And I can't
both ranked.
But wow. That's a wow stat.
That's a wow stat.
That's
right?
a wow stat. And from 2013 to the last 10 years, we can figure that out.
We could figure it out. I just it was one of those things I didn't have the time to go search through.
So
everything.
you went through 92 years of stats, but you didn't go through the last 10.
Well,
that's what it sounds like.
No, I found a site that actually got defunded at 2013. So it had all the stats up until that. So,
dude, I thought you went through 92 years of stats and then stopped.
I was just like Forrest Gump. I was like, I want to go home.
I'm tired.
Oh, that's it. It's the Sunflower Showdown. Sorry.
That doesn't really help it.
It's not helping its case.
It doesn't help it at all. It's like you're trying to.
Sunflower Showdown.
I don't like it. I'm out.
State of Kansas.
All right, Dorothy, clap your red shoes and go home.
We're in Kansas right now.
Yeah, we're not in Kansas anymore. All right, you got anything else on that?
That's about it.
We'll look up those. We'll look up those stats later. Let's get to the next one. This is one I wanted to talk about very, very badly because this is a beautiful thing for me. New Mexico State versus Auburn. Now, contrary to what y'all might think, I'm not going to shit on Auburn. I'm not going to shit on Auburn. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to help you, okay? He just ha 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 ha. Okay,
that was my notes.
Those were Joe's notes. I mean, in all caps. All caps. Yeah, no, there's no lowercase there.
Yeah, no, it's got like a Joker-esque style of laughing.
Right.
Going on.
And honestly, I did laugh. I laughed a lot. It was funny, and I love seeing all the memes about it. Like you paid him $1.28 million, $1.6 million to be there, to get beat. And It is funny. It is funny. But like I said, I'm gonna be the bigger person here. I'm gonna be the bigger person, and coming from an LSU team that has lost to a team like New Mexico State. We lost to Troy back in 2018. 2017.
2017.
Yeah,
it was
2017.
Ed Orgeron's first year.
Right. So we lost to Troy, and let me just go ahead and tell you how this is gonna go for you. Okay. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It's not well. You write off the rest of the season. You're going to lose to Alabama. It's not going to be great. Are they even bowl eligible? If you're bowl eligible, still not going to be great because even if you win, they're going to revert back to this game. Okay, and unfortunately, what I'm going to tell you is it's going to carry on into next year. Okay, all of the Auburn fans, they are bowl eligible. Okay, yeah, so that's not going to matter. All of you Auburn fans, anytime you do anything next year positive, you are going to be met by fans of my team, fans of Alabama, fans of any SEC team with New Mexico State beat you last year. Okay? And here's the thing. It's going to take a year. It's going to take maybe a little bit longer. Again, trust me. I've been through this. And the fucked up part is the Troy LSU game still gets brought up when a no-name team like New Mexico State beats Auburn. It goes, hey, here's a meme of all of the nobody teams that have beat big college programs. It'll keep coming up, okay? Learn to block it out of your brain hole. Promise you. I promise you, you gotta learn, okay? Because the more you fight it, the worse it's gonna get. That's my that's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say. Joe, do you want to laugh again?
Jeez, that took a lot.
I
was trying to do the
Your
entire.
face was getting blue.
I was trying to do the entire way of like all the notes that I had.
It's a lot. You wrote down a lot of ha's.
A lot. I wrote down a lot of ha-has. But I to actually add on to that point, there's a silver lining to this.
Oh, really?
Hugh Freeze, yes, it is his first year. I will say it's embarrassing the type of loss that he had with New Mexico State, but so Troy beat LSU 21-24. And honestly, LSU had to come back. I'm pretty sure that was a 24-0 game at one time. So they did have to come back.
It was not pretty.
Ed Orgeron's first year, right?
Yep.
Ed Orgeron won in the 2019 national championship.
I don't like where you're going with this.
Alabama, 2009, played UL Monroe, lost 21-14. Actually, 2008, lost to UL Monroe, 21-14. Nick Saban's first year, one of the greatest coaches of all time. There is a silver lining. It's not one of those.
I still don't like.
I'm just saying, like you don't like entirely burn down the ship.
And honestly, Nick Saban won the national championship the next year, right?
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
So like, okay, yeah, and Coach O won it 2 years later.
I hate fans that are just like, oh, burn it all down. Like we got to start over, fire them. Like these coaches that are getting fired under 1 year. It's like. Look what they can do.
I agree with you on that. Okay, the people who want their coaches' heads after less than 1 year,
Yes,
less than 1 year. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I think we need to go back to letting coaches have at least like 3 to 5 years of time to implement their system. But I mean, we are in today's game. But okay, all right. Well, wow, we were actually extra nice to Auburn.
we were. You know what? We got our laughs in, but we felt bad.
I didn't really feel bad. I was just trying to help.
Okay.
I was trying to be a good person, because like karma's real.
Karma's a bitch.
Karma's a bitch sometimes, but good karma is also real. So that's where I went with that. Anyways,
Okay. Wow.
that went a lot differently than I thought. You got anything else?
That's about it.
All right. Georgia, Tennessee. Georgia's just really good.
And honestly, I just can't wait for them to play Bama.
Yeah. No, -9.5. It's probably the easiest spread I could have taken that day.
Easy.
Jalen Wright did make it a little bit interesting with that 75-yard for touchdown on the first play, but that's about it.
Right. Yeah. Other than that, it was all Georgia. Carson Beck had a really good game. Defense looks great. It was just a clean game. Honestly, it was kind of a clean game both sides. There was no turnovers till the fourth quarter.
George is just on a roll.
George is there's no like Kirby Smart has that. Kirby Smart has a fucking machine, and it is a very big, very heavy, very powerful machine.
There's a reason why he was all smiles at SEC Media Days back in July. Like, he knew what he had.
Oh, he knew exactly what he had.
He just had to get Carson Beck to stop looking at titties.
Yes.
That's it. But yeah, that's all I have.
I don't think if you're Tennessee, don't get down on yourself, I guess. Josh Heupel's still a genius.
I think they're looking forward to next year when they got Nico Iamaleava. I don't know. I'll learn his name next year.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I don't think he likes Milton, but that's just my opinion.
But yeah, that's about it.
That's all I had on this one.
Yep, same.
All right. Clemson, UNC.
This is what I was. Yeah, Clemson versus UNC. Let me make sure that's
Enunciated properly.
Nobody wants to play Clemson in the ACC. If you're in the ACC right now, you do not want to play Clemson.
Is Clemson good?
I was asking myself that. Like, are they good?
Are they good?
I
mean, like they've won the last 3 games pretty handily, and like it seems like they got something going.
Notre Dame, Georgia Tech, UNC. I guess Dabo just likes being unranked.
I don't really.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm trying to
figure it out.
Like, I mean, that's kind of how he's sprung up from. He was an interim coach.
He's going back to his roots.
Honestly, was about to get fired.
Yeah.
And then just sprung out of nowhere and became a national powerhouse.
Like, I don't know.
I really don't, because UNC is really good.
Drake May's good. Like they're a good football team. But yeah, I think Clemson's actually they're playing how they should have played, how everybody expected them to play at the beginning of the season. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
They're living up to their potential now, and it just took a really long time. What are they, 7-4?
Yeah, something like that.
Something. But yeah, that's pretty much what I said. What I wanted to say. Clemson is the team in the ACC that nobody wants to play.
Exactly.
Anything else?
But South Carolina gets to play them.
I know. I really think that whatever the spread is, I take anything that they get. That I'm going Clemson minus whatever.
You think so? Mm-hmm. Ooh, I don't know. South Carolina is going to be a desperate team looking for a bowl bid.
True, that is true.
I honestly, that's kind of one of my games of the week this week.
I think Dabo Swinney's just really pissed off. I think he's pissed off, and I think he's just going to go balls to the wall at this game with all of his play calling. He's just going to release everything.
But Beamer ball.
Actually, all right, I like that. We'll go. This is one of the games of the week.
You got Clemson. I got South Carolina.
All right, love it.
Let's put some money on it.
I'll do $20.
$20.
We're poor. All right.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, cool. Do you want to do straight up or you want to do spread? What is the spread?
What is? Yeah, let's see if it's
let's see what the spread is.
Because I think they're playing at South Carolina.
Let's take a little gander at the spread. This is my favorite. This is the best part of this here job is gambling.
It's gambling.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole reason most people watch sports.
Yeah. I turned $4 into $76 the other day.
Wow.
Not too bad. Taking Justin Watson as the first touchdown scorer for the Kansas City-Philadelphia game. And then,
as y'all can tell, we're still small potatoes.
Yes. And then Jalen Hurts as scoring 2 touchdowns that game.
Nice. So it's Clemson -7. I don't think they're gonna beat them by that much. Not at Williams-Brice Stadium.
All right, let's go straight up.
Do you want to do a alternate spread?
3 points?
Yeah, I'll do 3 points.
3 points.
So Clemson -3?
Yes.
All right, love it. Beautiful. All right, we got that on record. I'm actually pretty pumped about next week's games.
Yeah.
It's going to be fucking awesome.
Oh, it's the last week of the season.
Always the best.
Always the best.
But anyways, all right, let's get to UCLA versus USC. Pretty much what I had was the big win for Chip. Big win for Chip. You need you need this type of victory if you're a coach in his position. Like, he's trying to get back into the game. He needs a signature win. This might not have been the most signature win, but it was a good signature win.
Needed a signature win? There was rumors about him being fired after at this weekend.
I know, but everybody's so fucking dramatic in college.
Do you think that was staged?
What, to get him to play harder?
Get him, motivate him, and play harder?
I don't know. But yeah, this is. I guess it did solidify the job.
There's no firing yet.
No, not yet.
But is Caleb Williams draft stock falling, or is he gonna be the number 1 pick?
I think they're just gonna take him by default. I don't like this year at all, and I think it does hurt his draft stock, but I don't think it actually will.
Yeah, dude.
I think it should hurt his draft stock. That's the better word.
It should.
That's the better word.
I think it should. It's.
I mean, I know it's about like the defense and everything is a little bit more of the issue.
I mean, he did have a good game too. Like it wasn't like it was a terrible game. I think like he put up decent numbers. I don't know, with all the losing, I just feel like it would be, I don't know. Yeah, he was 31 of 42, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 384 yards. So like,
but let me ask you this question. He's a former Heisman winner, right? Mm-hmm. He's got Brendan Rice as his wide receiver, Jerry Rice's kid.
Yep.
Who's phenomenal.
Awesome.
And then he's also got somebody else who's a fantastic wide receiver. I can't remember exactly what his name is, but if you pulled it up.
Would it happen to be Marshawn Lloyd?
Lloyd's good.
Zachariah Branch?
Zachariah Branch is really, really good. He's just a freshman, though.
Taj Washington?
Taj Washington's not bad.
Deuce Robinson?
No.
Lake McCree? That's a hell of a name. Lake McCree?
I think he's had some good catches, but I was trying to remember.
Jacoby Lane?
No. I'll have to think. But my thing is this. I mean, you've got stacked wide receivers. You've got stacked offense. Why aren't you still putting up the same numbers as Jaden Daniels?
Fair enough.
I mean,
it's fair.
Because the thing is it's not a defensive problem. Like
our defense is worse than Lincoln Riley's defense, I think.
Probably not, but
no, it probably is. We let Georgia State put up 14,
but that doesn't matter. Your defense doesn't really matter unless the team's like completely draining out the clock. But Jaden Daniels still finds a way to throw touchdowns and score every drive.
If anything, a shitty defense gives you more opportunity on offense.
Yes, exactly. So, like, he's already won a Heisman. It's not like he can't do it. Like, why isn't he doing it this year, though?
He's not as good as Jaden Daniels.
Not as good as Jaden Daniels. Or it might be an attitude problem as well, which that always doesn't really translate very well.
No, it always translates well to the NFL. What are you talking about, Joe?
But anyways, that's my spiel.
Okay. Here's the thing. Lincoln Riley, you're not going to be the coach at USC very long if you keep up these 8-5 records.
Can't wait to see what he does in the Big Ten.
Yeah, you're not gonna last.
I feel like the fact that they're going to the Big Ten is like his saving grace. It's like, oh well, let's see what he does in the Big Ten.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like the fact that he can use that to his advantage is astounding, but.
Because I'm pretty sure, like, Clay Helton got fired because of 7-5 records.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's been coaches that have gotten fired over way better records.
Yes.
So,
but yeah, good. Congratulations, Chip Kelly. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, Louisville versus Miami. This was a huge test for Brom. Jeff Brom, our boy, he's going places. This is a game that it was at Miami, and this is a game that you would think Miami usually is going to win. It was a fun game. Both QBs had over 300 yards passing.
Yep.
But I think this was a clutch win. This is one of those signature wins that if you're Jeff Brom, you point to, like, even though Miami's not ranked and they haven't been playing very well, when Miami's favored, and they're not ranked and you're ranked, and you go into their house and beat them, signature win.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I will say Miami fans do have to show out a little bit better on their games. They have been kind of pathetic on attendance, but
Have they? I did not know that.
Yeah, it's kind of been a problem. But their excuse is that where they play is off campus, so they have to travel, yada, yada, yada.
Shut the fuck up.
I mean, yeah, exactly. That's just excuses. But got to give Jeff Brom his due.
It was a clean game. Clean game. They had four penalties. Dude, honestly, they had 9 total penalties this entire game and 1 turnover. The entire game between both teams.
My biggest thing was basically clinching an ASC or ACC spot in his first year at Louisville.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
he turned it around.
Yeah. And the thing is, he did it at Purdue too.
Yeah.
I mean, you just don't have the horses at Purdue, and like Louisville, you can kind of get some talent.
I mean, it was like what Nick Saban did at Michigan State. Nick Saban turned Michigan State around.
Yep.
He just didn't have the horses, and then he went to LSU where he had the horses, and he still even turned the LSU program around.
Yep.
Brought us their first national championship since 1958.
Yep. So yeah, no, but other than that,
give them some horses.
give them some horses. That's what you need. You just need some horsepower.
Just get some horsepower, baby.
Yeah. No, other than that, this game was great. It was I always love a game that has a Hail Mary attempt.
Yeah, a good Hail Mary.
A good Hail Mary attempt is always awesome. This one had Restrepo, I think is his name. Restrepo, who was having a lights out game, got it off the reflection. So he did exactly what I want them to do.
The deflection?
The deflection, yes. He did exactly what I want them to do when they're doing a Hail Mary. He sat in the front of the whole group, just waited for the ball to come in, but he just couldn't get into the end zone. Honestly, if he would have just had a little bit more space, he probably would have been able to juke him out and get into the end zone.
Right.
But as soon as he caught it, it was another guy like right next to him to tackle him.
Just tackled him.
But the fact is like you have to have somebody in front of the pile because there is a possibility it'll get deflected, and it's usually going to get deflected forward.
Yeah. Yes. Because all the defenders they just like throw their arms forward. They bat it. They try and bat it down. Well, at least that's what they're supposed to do.
That's what they're supposed to do. I mean, they're not doing anything wrong.
Every now and then you'll get like the bluegrass miracle where they'll try and tip it up, and then it'll keep going backwards. But most of the time they're taught to just tip it to the ground.
Yeah.
But you got anything else?
That's about it.
All right, Tulane versus FAU, real quick, dude. I think Tulane's just fucking with me, honestly, because I keep saying, "Oh, they're just gonna play close games for the rest of the season," and then boom, they decided to blow out FAU.
I tell you what, this next game is going to be a great matchup. UTSA.
Yeah,
I mean, I know they're 8-3, but they're 7-0 in the conference, which for those lower group of 5 conferences, that's the stat that you look at as far as it being a competitive game. So, yeah, UTSA and versus Tulane next year. Woo, it's going to be a good one.
Next week.
Yeah, I said year.
Yep, I'm pumped. I honestly, most of these Tulane games have been awesome. Most of these Tulane games all year. Mekhi Hughes actually had like a kind of a low-key game, 72 yards. He had a couple of receiving yards too, but low-key game, I'm expecting him to just explode all over University of Texas, San Antonio.
Make it sexual.
Last game, Oklahoma versus BYU. The only thing I had on this was Oklahoma's overrated. They're the worst 9-2 team or 8-2 team. This shouldn't have been this close against BYU.
They just keep playing with fire.
Gabriel, not a great game.
No.
They gave up 100. Well, this isn't anything new from Oklahoma, but they gave up 182 yards rushing to Aiden Robbins. Yeah, they're the worst. I think they're 9-2 actually. They're the worst 9-2 team. Easily.
They got that one win against Texas.
That's it. And I don't even know how they had that.
That's been their whole season.
That's it. They lost to Kansas. Who else did they lose to? They lost to another shit team.
Was it UCF? No, they were close to losing to UCF.
Yeah, they almost lost to UCF. That's Gus Malzahn almost
beat them. But yeah, Kansas and Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State. Yep. Yeah, because that was weird. That's also another weird team. The Big 12 is fucking weird.
It's weird.
I'm glad they're not going to be a thing.
Wait, no, the Big 12 is still going to be a thing.
Well, they're not going to be a thing.
It's like they are.
I keep saying this every week. They're not going to be a thing.
It's like they are going to be a thing, but they're not going to be a thing.
They're not going to be a thing. Okay. You got anything else?
That's it.
All right, let's get to the NFL. NFL talk. Saints had a bye. Thank God. Thank God.
Needed it.
That was nice. Broncos versus Vikings. Broncos are on a 4-game win streak, bro.
Pretty crazy.
They beat the Packers, Chiefs, Bills, and Vikings. Packers, okay, whatever. Chiefs are the Chiefs. Bills, still a good team. Vikings were on a roll.
They were on a roll.
I don't know what to think, bro. Is Sean Payton actually like fucking? Because like Wilson looks like just like a decent fucking quarterback now.
Yeah, he's not kissing babies.
It's still not okay. Good. He's not kissing babies.
Not kissing baby status right now.
Okay. But like they're doing enough, and he led another fourth quarter game-winning drive.
Yeah. Did he lead a fourth quarter game-winning drive, or did Cortland Sutton come?
Cortland
clutch?
Sutton he came in clutch.
He came in fucking clutch.
Yes, he did. But Russell Wilson's obviously going to get the credit.
He'll get the credit, yes.
But I mean, he's doing enough. He's doing enough to get by.
Yeah. No. I mean, and that's basically, I'm sure, what Sean Payton's goal is with him right now. It's like obviously limit a lot of the mistakes, and put him in position to win.
Jerry Jeudy's still in a body bag.
You think so?
Ever since Steve Smith put him there. Yeah.
I mean, he's not putting up stats.
He's not putting up stats.
I thought it was hilarious, his pump fake that he had. So he had a screen pass and did a pump fake. Like he was passing the ball because the other guy went for a pass. Because I think it was one of those option passes where Russell has the option where he can do a screen or he can do a deep pass. Usually tries to do a pump one way. But he threw it the screenplay, and both the defenders were coming at him. So obviously he didn't really have much of a choice. But threw a nice little Patrick Mahomes pump fake, like trying to get him all. Or no, more like Jameis Winston pump fake.
A Jameis Winston
because it was like 5 yards down the field. But yeah, that was funny. That was a funny moment for this game. And then we had a fake punt by Minnesota.
Fake punt, love it. Always love to see it. The guy hiked it right to the, I don't even know what you would call that position.
Yeah, there is no name for the position. He's an unnamed
guy.
position.
But yeah.
A man with no face.
All right, Game of Thrones. All right, Broncos beat Vikings. Steelers, Browns. If you want someone fired, lose to the Browns.
Matt Canada being fired. It's got the fans singing,
Bro,
"Oh, Canada."
Pittsburgh Christmas came early. Santa Claus, good old Saint Nick, decided to deliver to Pittsburgh before he did to everyone else.
Yep.
And I haven't seen an entire city more happy in my entire life. I'm talking like a collective city happy about one thing. I have never seen it like that in my entire life.
I mean, they restored hope to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Because they still have a playoff shot.
I know. Like they're 6-4. They were 6-3 going into this game. Both like the Browns are good. The Browns are fucking good. As weird as that sounds, they won with DTR. They won with DTR as their quarterback, who I was kind of high on him early on after coming out of UCLA. He's not that good.
No, I mean he's an athlete. He's a big time athlete, but yeah, I would have to agree. As a quarterback, they did bring in Flacco. I don't think that's much of an upgrade, but
I kind of love it. I'm so excited to see what Flacco's going to do. I think he's going to be boring as hell, but I'm kind of pumped.
But you got to be like low key like impressed. Like this team basically doesn't have a starter Deshaun Watson at quarterback. Doesn't have its best player on offense Nick Chubb. Like, I mean, they're just kind of putting the pieces together.
That's how good that defense is.
Yes.
That's how good that defense is.
And that's the thing. That's how teams should be built. The teams should be built like not everything should be focused on your quarterback. in your offense, and you should have a good defense to at least keep you in games.
Yeah. Defense wins championships. It was kind of funny. Myles Garrett grabbed a helmet. Did you see that?
The funny thing was the Steelers' reaction. They were like, not again. Not again, Miles.
No. It's like, we've seen this play out enough. We know how this ends. Just give me the helmet.
Just give me the helmet.
Calm down. Give me the helmet. That was kind of funny.
That was funny.
But yeah, the Browns are fucking good. Browns are really good.
Yeah, they are. They are. When you can win like that, you're a good team.
Yeah. You got anything else on this? Good job. Good. Congratulations. You know what? I'm happy for the Browns. They need this. They need this.
Are you trying to set bad juju on the Browns?
No.
Okay.
No, I genuinely I lived outside of Cleveland for a couple of years. I genuinely want the Browns to do well, because they have been in a world of hurt for the last 50 fucking years.
You've also lived outside of Pittsburgh and New Orleans, so.
Yeah, well, Pittsburgh's been winning fucking championships since the goddamn 70s, okay? So shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Pittsburgh, you're the city of champions. Yeah, we fucking get it. They've been winning shit since the early fucking 70s. They've been winning a lot.
Okay.
A lot. Why don't you share the fucking wealth?
Okay.
And in New Orleans, we have one championship, okay? So I don't know what you're talking about there. We have one.
I'm just trying to see where your allegiance
Look,
lies.
man, I'm just saying that it's nice to see the Browns win a little bit, okay? They deserve it.
Okay.
They deserve it.
There you go, Browns fans.
Those Browns fans have been loyal through very thin.
Very thin. No thick.
No thick, very thin.
Thin.
All right, anyways, you got anything else?
That's it.
All right, Ravens, Bengals. The only thing I had on this was fuck injuries, dude.
Mark Andrews out, Joe Burrow out.
Even
Lamar Jackson even left the game.
And Deshaun Watson for the game before. Deshaun Watson's out. Fuck injuries, man. That's what we need to be mad at. Fuck injuries. Dude.
That's the real opposing team.
Fuck, man. This sucks, dude.
This really does suck.
Because Mark Andrews is the majority of has been the majority of the Ravens offense for the last couple of years, actually. And obviously Joe Burrow's impact on the fucking Bengals entire team. It sucks. It sucks. I that's all I wanted to say about this game. Actually, what did you have?
Is this a product of maybe the curse of Kirk Cousins? The fact that he got hurt and he's out for the entire season, and now we just got a litter of all Kirk Cousins. Backup Kirk Cousins. Jake Browning, Tim Boyle.
Oh God.
Clayton Tune.
I hope not, dude. The NFL what Brady said. I agree with what Brady said. The NFL is just it's really mediocre right now. I really think that it is mediocre.
Okay.
That's what it is. The other thing I had, Odell Beckham Jr. had 16 yards, out of nowhere. I don't know why I thought that was interesting.
Maybe he stopped getting people to shit on him.
Maybe.
That's the only explanation I had.
Fair enough. What else you got?
Aguilar had a nice prayer tip handed to him for that touchdown pass.
Yep.
That was the only way he catches passes.
No, that's it. Yeah.
Nothing intended for him. Yep.
Nice.
That's about it.
Well done. Chiefs Eagles.
This is the first time Andy Reid has lost this game.
Against the Chiefs?
No.
Or Eagles?
Let me explain. Both. So when Andy Reid was on the Eagles, he always beat the Chiefs. And before this game, since he's been on the Chiefs, he's always beaten the Eagles. He's never lost this game until Monday. And it was a great fucking game. It was awesome. Patrick Mahomes needs some wide receivers. Jesus Christ.
25 drops from wide receivers in the NFL, leads the NFL this year. Yeah, you know what? The experiment's kind of over a little bit. He's got to have at least something. And you know what? Maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's a product of just bad drafting and bad signing free agents. But because Patrick Mahomes is good. and he can make good wide receivers better. But it's almost like the transfer portal. You're going to get some good guys from the transfer portal in college, and then you're going to get some bad guys. There's just going to be some terrible pickups that other people were trying to get off their team, and you're just like, oh, yeah, he's got some talent. I'll put him on my team. It's kind of one of those things, like MVS. Like, hey, he's got some really good talent. You know what? Matched up with Patrick Mahomes, he'll be a good wide receiver. Not really maybe the case.
No, and look, it turns out you can have the best quarterback in the world if he has nobody to throw to. If your wide receivers can't catch the fucking ball, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. But in other instances, though, I mean, we have been accustomed, being New Orleans Saints fans, who the fuck was Lance Moore?
Fair enough. But you can't. Drew Brees is, I think.
Marcus Colston was 2 picks away from being mystery irrelevant and is a Hall of Famer for the New Orleans Saints.
I understand that.
I'm just saying.
Drew Brees is a Hall of Famer who might be the most accurate passer of all time. And yeah, of all time. I think he's the most accurate passer of all time. Like, I get it. Tom Brady has better accolades and like he's won more Super Bowls, blah 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 blah. But if you take Tom Brady's best 20 seasons and take Drew Brees' best 20 seasons and match them, Drew Brees wins almost every single fucking category.
Would you like to repeat that again for the Kansas City fans?
Oh yeah, I mean Patrick Mahomes has the potential to become a Hall of Fame quarterback, and he probably will be a Hall of Fame quarterback. But I look, honestly, unless he does something different with his, unless he figures something out, he's not going to be Drew Brees. He's not going to put up the numbers Drew Brees has. He won't. Look, man, Drew Brees, he was a fucking rifle. He had just pinpoint accuracy with every fucking pass. It was unreal. We were spoiled from 2009 to 2019. We were spoiled with watching constant 300-yard passing games from Drew Brees. Constant 3 touchdowns, 350-yard passing games. The entire time. And this was to 8 or 9 wide receivers. Every single fucking game.
All right. I'll let you have the floor on that one. It was a hot take.
I'm just saying, look, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the world right now. I'm not saying he's not. But compared to Drew Brees, I don't want to compare him to Drew Brees. You're not. I think Drew Brees is better in every single category except for maybe his legs.
Yep.
I mean, show me a stat. Show me a stat that's different. Even to fucking tight ends. Please tell me. Show me, please. I get it. I'll give Patrick Mahomes more time, but as of right now, Drew Brees, all day, any day. I'll take Drew Brees.
Well, let's talk about something that we do agree on. MVS should have had that catch. Mm-hmm. At the end.
100%. 100%.
But it was a sloppy game because of the weather. There was picks thrown by both Hurts and Patrick Mahomes.
It took Hurts a little while to get going, too.
It did. But he scored the 2 rushing touchdowns, which helped my bet for the night.
Attaboy.
2+ touchdowns. That's probably the easiest bet. 2+ touchdowns for Jalen Hurts.
If they're anywhere remotely near the goal line, they're gonna touch his butt.
It's a brotherly shove.
Yeah, the tush push.
Brotherly butt shove.
Butt shove. Yeah, they're gonna stick their fingers in his butthole, and that's what's gonna make him go like a rocket.
Yep,
like a rocket up his ass. Anyways, you got anything else?
That's about it.
All right, let's do a little bit of NBA talk. Real quick, Pelicans. Pelicans are so fucking weird. Dude, I don't know if we're good or not. We've played this 10 games in the season, and I have no idea if we are good or not. We'll beat the Nuggets, but we'll lose to the Rockets. We'll be up by 20 fucking points against the Nuggets again, and just lose.
I'm not gonna be lying. I'm gonna be completely honest on this one. I feel like I'm in the same state of mind every single time at this point of the season for the last 10 years.
Yeah, you're right. But we've had Jose Alvarado the last couple of years.
Oh, he just came back.
He's just came back. I know he hasn't been here this season. We need that little burst of energy.
Yeah, we need a little pesky fuck. Like just aggravate the mess out of him.
I'm not gonna lie. If he was on any other team in the NBA, I would hate the fucking shit out of him.
Oh, absolutely.
But I absolutely love him.
Yeah.
Love him. He loves the game. He loves to. He's the guy got that energy. He loves to. He's the glue guy in the locker room. He's the guy you want on your team.
Yeah. Yep. Like the thing is, he knows he's like a little bit of a liability given his height for defense, but he makes up for it by being like sneaky as fuck.
Steal. Yes, just steal.
He's just being a steal.
Steal. Just steal. That's it.
That's all you got to do.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I have. It's just been a weird fucking season for us.
It has been, and honestly, a little bit in the West too. Like the East kind of seems like pretty standard, like what we saw last year.
It's all solid.
But the West, the Timberwolves being the top of the West.
Anthony Edwards, baby.
Yeah,
Fuck
Anthony
dog.
Edwards, not Cat for sure. But
No,
and then
not Cat.
and then fucking OKC.
Dude, Shai. What
Alexander Gilchrist?
Yeah, Shai Alexander Gilchrist Alexander. Why can't
SAG.
SAG, yeah. Dude, he's nasty. He's fucking insane. I love him. Honestly, OKC's a young, fun team to watch. They're good. I think it's Shai Gilchrist Alexander.
Yeah,
It's
I
SGA.
just thought about it. Yeah.
It's SGA.
Yeah, it's SGA.
Gilchrist
okay,
Alexander.
I get it.
Words are hard.
Words are hard.
It's been going. We're going on like an hour and 8 minutes now. So it's talking for an hour and 8 minutes while drinking beer is it's fun.
It is fun.
It's tough, but it's fun. But yeah, no, they're fun. It's a fun team to watch. I love them.
They are. Dude, they built that team up fantastically. I mean, they got Josh Giddey, who's not a bad role player, honestly. I mean, he's good. He actually could put up some really good numbers any given night. And then Chet
Holmgren. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's been coming out alive. They missed him last year.
Well, yeah,
obviously.
I guess this is technically his rookie year.
I hate that.
Yeah,
I hate
I
that.
know.
It's not his rookie year. He had time to practice and learn the offense
Yeah,
the
you're
whole
right.
entire year.
No, I agree.
I disagree with it.
That's a technicality that the NBA uses, but yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. The Boston Celtics are really fucking good. The Philadelphia 76ers are really fucking good. Like the fucking Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo's doing his fucking thing. Like the East is gonna be fun again. It's gonna be good. It sucks for Miami that Tyler Hero got hurt. He was on a
Yet
fucking
again.
Yeah, I know, but he was on a fucking tear, dude. He was going lights out. It was fun.
Yeah.
But
You got anything else on the NBA?
No, that's about it.
I'll start talking about the Grizzlies more when John Morant gets back.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, Anyways.
All right. Well, we will see y'all next week.
Love y'all.
Later.